I stared at the email, heart pounding, palms sweating, because someone was threatening to destroy my marriage. They had photos, they had demands, they thought they had power over me. There was just one problem. The woman they said I was cheating with was my wife. If you've ever dreamed of watching a manipulative schemer completely outplay themselves, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because this is one of the most satisfying blackmail failures you'll ever hear.
I need you to understand something first. I love my wife. Not in a cliché Hallmark card way, in a she's my best friend and my sanity anchor way. She's brilliant, sharp, grounded, the kind of woman who walks into a room and somehow makes chaos be... We're both 33, married, and we own a company together, a successful one, the kind people whisper about, the kind that makes others curious, and sometimes... But here's the unusual part. To the outside world, we aren't married. Publicly, we're just business partners. No couple photos, no shared last names, no social media posts that connect the dots. At work, my wife goes by her middle name and maiden name. Let's call her Mary Fish. In her personal life, she uses her legal name, Jane Doe. 2 names, 1 woman, 1 marriage. It's intentional. It keeps things clean, professional, private. And until recently, it worked perfectly. Until one email detonated my morning. I was still half asleep when I opened my inbox. Coffee hadn't even kicked in yet. My eyes skimmed through. "We need to talk." My stomach dropped. Inside was a message that felt like ice water down my spine. They said they had proof I was cheating on my wife. They said they had photos. They said if I didn't pay a large amount, my wife, Jane Doe, would find out that I was having... I felt my pulse in my ears. The room went quiet in that eerie way it does when adrenaline hijacks your senses. Hands cold, jaw clenched, chest tight. And then I opened the attachments. Photos, grainy, slightly zoomed, taken from far away. Me and Mary, arriving at a work function. In one photo, you can see us leaning toward each other in the car, a brief kiss, familiar, comfortable, a couple who've done life together. The email continued, threats, deadlines, instructions, and then, this is my favorite part, they included a link, a Facebook profile, my wife's, Jane Doe, a profile where she famously never posts her own face. I stared at the screen. Then I started laughing, not nervous laughter, real laughter, the kind that starts in your chest and spills out uncontrollably, because suddenly the fear evaporated, replaced by something else entirely, amusement. They thought they had me. They thought they were clever. They had no idea they'd accidentally wandered into a marriage built on trust, transparency, and a very dark sense of humor. I walked into the kitchen where my wife was making breakfast. She looked up. One glance at my face and she knew something was up. What happened? I handed her my phone. She read the email slowly, carefully. Then she blinked, once, twice, and then she lost it. Full-on laughter, bent over the counter, tears in her eyes. "I'm sorry, but this might be the dumbest criminal attempt I've ever seen." We sat down together and read it again, line by line. And that's when the injustice kicked in, because it wasn't funny anymore. This person had stalked us, photographed us, tracked names, researched just enough to feel confident, but not enough to be correct. They were willing to emotionally nuke someone's marriage for money. That deserves consequences. So we decided not to ignore it, and we definitely weren't paying. We were going to respond, but not how they expected. The turning point. The reply we sent was calm, polite, curious. No panic, no denial, no anger. We asked for more proof, more photos, more details. We let them feel in control, and they took the bait. Over the next few messages, they revealed more than they realized. File metadata, image timestamps, accidental reflections, enough breadcrumbs to narrow down exactly who they were. A colleague, not close, not important, but someone who'd been at that event. Someone who clearly thought they were smarter than everyone else in the room. Once we were sure, we stopped replying. Instead, we went to a lawyer, a very good one. And then we went on a fence.
The confrontation was surgical. No yelling, no threats, just facts. The lawyer sent a letter explaining that the affair was, in fact, a marriage, that the photos were legal, but the extortion was not, that any attempt to release them would result in criminal charges, civil damages, and career ending. Attached were documents, marriage certificate, name change records, corporate filings, proof stacked on proof, stacked on proof. And at the end, one simple line: consider this your only warning. The response came fast, panicked, apologetic, desperate. They begged us not to pursue it further. They claimed it was a misunderstanding, a joke, a lapse in judgment. Funny how powerless people suddenly discover morality. We didn't respond. We didn't need to. The silence did the work.
Some people mistake secrecy for weakness. They think privacy means vulnerability. But the truth is, when you know who you are, when your foundation is solid, no threat has teeth. If this story made you smile, hit that like button and subscribe for more perfectly executed karma. And tell us in the comments, what's the worst blackmail attempt you've ever heard of? Be smart, be kind, and never assume you're the smartest person in the room. See you in the next one.